So more roads lang? How about transport for
Hindi,
people
tinatanong
na
mo
walang
traffic
kotse? Hindi, kasi parang some people would say that another solution would be trains, something like that. Or,
Yeah.
Sorry?
Sobra na yung...
Hindi, sige, no. It's okay.
Kung take mo lang sa mga ganung solution. Mayor, I just have two sets of questions. First is yung sa health and the second one is dun sa livable cities. You said you would increase yung salaries of medical workers. Number one, by how much yung increase, and will the private hospitals also be affected? How will you do that when yun nga yung PhilHealth may issues? So, can you just give us a number, maybe even just maybe like an estimate, like double their salaries? And paano yung SRA? May SRA pa ba or tatanggalin mo na yun? Exactly.
Well, una, proportion. Dapat yung sweldo nakakapamuhay ng pamilya. Kung anong sama ng inflation effect sa bawat individual o sa pamilya, dapat yung kanya namang kinikita makatutugon sa kanyang pangangailangan. Hindi tayo pwedeng tumigil kasi na same thing over and over again, yun lang ang hanap buhay niya, o tapos malaki pa yung risk, yung hazard, occupational hazard. So I think it's high time to give some premium to our medical frontliners and to encourage medical professionals not to go abroad, and there will be an opportunity here for them to stay and hopefully ma-achieve natin yung preferred ratio of a medical frontliner per citizen. So that's one. Yung SRA, tutuloy naman yun. Yung pangatlo, yung PhilHealth talaga. This is an assurance to the medical industry or health industry that there is funds available and healthy management of the finances of PhilHealth. That's why I made mention na we'll put a financial guy in that GOCC.
But Mayor, like for the private hospitals, kasi it's a business, right? So
Well,
it's up to
the government cannot intervene with the business of the private, but we can always also help to regulate.
So will
if
you ask for a law that mandates an increase in salaries? How exactly will you do this?
If there is a needed law for that, then so be it. But for the meantime, what matter most to me is yung katatayuan ng ating mga medical professional sa public hospital. Because let's be honest to one another, I think the private hospital, or most if not all, are having a very comfortable salary from their respective corporation. But alam natin sa public healthcare, medyo argabyado. That's why they're being lured to go out of the country. There is an opportunity to be part of their healthcare system. So if we are going to be competitive economically, for each individual who will be part of our medical front lines, then I think hindi na sila malalayo sa kanilang mahal sa buhay.
Second question, Mayor.
Sure.
You mentioned you want a well-planned cities. So, paano yan gagawin in the context of Metro Manila, which we know is 17 mayors, iba-ibang zoning rules, and then, for example, EDSA traffic. Ano yung solution mo doon, given this state of affairs na Metro
EDSA is
Manila?
just one traffic street. Yun lang ang madalas. Everywhere is traffic. Traffic should be addressed. And as a matter of general approach, I think we can duplicate our roads vertically. We should create more connectors from not only from the north and south, but I think it's high time for us where east meets west type of vertical roads to ease and create more spaces for vehicular traffic to move better and efficient.
So, more roads lang? How about transport
Hindi,
for people
tinatanong
na
mo
walang
traffic
kotse?
eh.
Hindi, kasi parang some people would say that another solution would be trains, bus rapid. I mean, anong take mo doon sa mga ganong solution?
Well, trains is good. But I hope that the countries who are good, like Japan, Korea, and other countries, European countries, will invest in our country, then so be it. But I cannot just wait for this country to invest and let the people suffer, not addressing the said traffic. And I think duplication of roads and creating more space for vehicles is the immediate and kayang gawin ng pamahalaan in the long term.
Wala kayong plan to expand the train network? Something like that? Or
Yeah,
I'm sorry?
sobra na yung...
Hindi, sige, no. It's okay, Pia.
Wala po kayong plan to expand the train networks?
Alam mo, madaling mangarap. With all honesty, I like that. Why not? If, straightforward. And I hope the private investor, foreign investor, please expand our train system. You're welcome to the Philippines. But again and again, ayaw kong isasaalang-alang ang kinabukasan ng mga Pilipino sa palad ng ibang tao at ibang bansa. We, as a country, must be resilient, must be innovative, must address and confront this problem. You cannot go and wait for the investor to come in. What if there is none? Then the people of Metro Manila or the country will suffer. So I think the immediate and doable, alam nyo naman yon, mararamdaman nyo din naman yon, if we create more skyways vertically, like create more space, na kayang-kayang gawin. Kayang-kaya ng mga private sectors in the country. It's existing and it's been ongoing, then we must be aggressive doing so. Then, if there is train costs money and more expensive to build. Then, private sectors, whether in the Philippines, if they will, or private sectors or private corporation outside of this country will come in, welcome po kayo sa Pilipinas. But as a leader, if given a chance, I'll confront it by creating more space for our vehicular traffic. Space occupied by matter, lesser space. So we know for a fact, population will grow, and hopefully the economy will grow, more people will acquire vehicles, and we need more space for highly urbanized metropolis like Manila, Metro Manila, in Visayas, and maybe in Mindanao.
Totoo, sa halimbawa sa journalism, no? May mga ilan din naman talagang nakikita natin na nagpapagamit. Pero generally, kailangan patuloy tayong maniwala sa mga institusyon, sa gobyerno, sa lahat. Alam mo yung kasabihan na kung ano ang itaninim mo, siyang aanihin mo. Kung ang itatanim natin pagmamalasakit sa kapwa, sa isa't isa, pagmamalasakit din ang aanihin natin. Tama po ba? Nanay ko, tatay ko, lolo't lola ko na nanonood, mga kabataan. No? Kung hate naman, kasi hindi mo rin masisisi iba nating kababayan, no? Na talagang merong mga naghahanap buhay na ang gagawin lang magtanim ng galit, magtanim ng hate, magkalat ng mga masasama. Kasi yun ang hanap buhay nila. Well, I wish them well. I hope hindi sila gabaan. Kasi may gaba ko yan. Naalala ko sinasabi ng nanay ko. Huwag kang aangat na ang inaapakan mo ay likod ng tao o paan ng tao. Inoor ng kapwa mo. Hindi rin maganda yun. Kaya ako po, mga kababayan sa lungsod, ulitin ko, 821 active cases. Conservatively speaking, there is danger. Factually, to be maging factual tayo, 821. May kaso ng infection. Mag-focus tayo doon. No? But we must move on. Continue to aspire a better day, a better tomorrow. Continue to try. Continue to live as normal as possible. Oh, ayun po ang aking panawagan. Huminay tayo ng kaunti. Huwag tayong masyadong sasabay sa bilis ng agos ng sitwasyon. Baka malunod tayo. Makalimutan natin, isang araw, walang pupunta sa atin. Dahil wala namang magmamalasakit sa ating mga kapwa Pilipino, kundi tayo rin kapwa Pilipino. Kundi tayo magmamahalan. Kaya, patuloy natin igalang ang pananaw ng iba. Say your piece. Don't argue. Huwag kayong basta sasali dyan sa mga away ng politiko. Naku, por Diyos por Santo. I've seen it. Siguro, maikli pa lang ang panahon ng 22 years ko sa government service kung kukumpara sa iba. Pero kung ikukumpara ko naman sa ilan nating manonood, siguro medyo meron na akong may share na experience sa inyo. Na madalas ay hindi nagagamit ng politiko ang tao. At nagagamit ng politiko yung mga statement at yun ang sasakyan nila. No? Ngayon, kung ang usapan ay political, mayroon pa naman yun sa kailan? 2022 pa. O, doon na nila pag-usapan yun ng mga politiko. Pero tayo, mga mamamayan, nakasalalay sa inyo ang kinabukasan ng pagpili ng mga leader sa syudad, barangay, national government, o national office. May panahon po doon. So, itong aking panawagan ay gusto ko lang hilain kayo muli. Lahat kayo, mga nanonood, balik tayo. Halika kayo lahat. Balik tayo. Balik tayo na ginagalang natin ang ating kapwa. Balik tayo na pinagmamalasakitan natin ang kapwa. Balik tayo sa kusang disiplina, pag-iingat sa sarili. Balik tayo magtrabaho ang gobyerno, maging mainam, maging masinop, at ang gobyerno pag nadapa, sana ang gobyerno madali kagad tumayo at lumakad muli. Doon po tayo pupunta. Ang kalaban natin, coronavirus. Wala pong dilaw, walang pula, walang asul, o ano mang kulay ng mga politika na yan. Wala. It doesn't make sense. What is sensible is bukas, pagising ninyo, papasok kayo sa trabaho, sana ligtas kayo para may raos ninyo ang inyong mga mahal sa buhay. Paghanap buhay kayo, mahala tayo. At patuloy na tumakbo ang gobyerno, mga pangarap, vision, or aspiration in the long term and short term or mid-term. No? Tapos, focus sa laban sa COVID. Ang laban sa COVID involved ang taong bayan at pamahalaang lokal at nasyonal. Tapos ang gobyerno, magtuloy-tuloy sa mga programa. We cannot stop. I swear. We cannot stop. Hindi pwedeng huminto ang pamahalaan. Hindi rin pwedeng huminto ang buhay natin. At mapasailalim na lang ang araw-araw nating buhay sa mga komento ng mga politiko. Diyan, nagkakaroon ng pagkakahiwa-hiwalay. Ulitin ko, no? Naturally, tayo po ay pinaghihiwalay na ng nature. 7,100 islands, Pinaghihiwalay tayo ng tubig. sana sa puso't diwa, iisa lang tayo, Pilipino. At ang tunay na pagmamalasakit ay ipakita natin sa araw-araw nating buhay. O yun po, mga kababayan. Ingat lang po, kaya po ako nakikiusap, katulad ng sitwasyon kay Carrie, she's just doing her job. It's unfair to her and all other journalists. They're just doing their job. Let's be respectful and we'll try to, we in the government, obligasyon namin na ipaalam sa inyo ang pakwal na sitwasyon. Kaya po ito, hindi naman po sa modesty aside, hindi po sa pagbubuhat ng bangko. Simula nang naupo ako, July 1, linggo-linggo ito. Pagsasaad ng aming mga challenges bilang pamahalaan sa kanyang pamayanan, pagsasaad ng mga munting tagumpay, pagsasaad ng mga pagkakamali, pagkukulang namin. Natutuwa nga ako dahil mas na-empower ang pamahalaan ngayon by empowering the people. Yung tawag ko dyan, groundswell principle. From the bottom up. Yung taong bayan, nagre-report, nagsasuggest. Di ba yan ang maganda? Tapos kung ang gobyerno, aksyon, tinutugunan. Street by street. Corner by corner. Avenues and community. Ito po yun. Kaya po namin ito ginagawa. At pinagpapasalamat po sa mga kawani ng pamahalaang lungsod. So, yun po mga kababayan. Yun lang aking panawagan. Iwasan natin, nakikisuyo ko sa inyo. Yung mga hindi pagkakaunawa ang opinion at nauuwi sa away at sa away, division. Hindi po maganda yun. And before I continue with my report, with regard to this, yung panawagan ko, may isi-share ako sa inyo. And let me quote former President Abraham Lincoln. He once said, sabi niya, pagpapasensya nyo na, English to, ayan, nasa screen nyo. Sabi ni Abraham Lincoln, if I may quote, "You cannot bring about prosperity by discouraging the thrift. You cannot strengthen the weak by weakening the strong. You cannot help the wage earner by pulling down the wage payer. You cannot further the brotherhood of men by encouraging class hatred. You cannot help the poor by destroying the rich. You cannot keep out of trouble by spending more than you earn. You cannot build character and courage by taking away man's initiative and independence. You cannot help men permanently by doing for them what they could and should do for themselves." Quote, end quote, Abraham Lincoln. Ayan po, mga kababayan. Sinishare ko lang sa inyo. Na-inspire ako kasi sa kalagitnaan ng mga pagtatalo. Nabasa ko yan. Sinishare ko lang sa inyo, mga kababayan. May pag-asa. Kapit lang. Talagang mahirap itong sitwasyon. Naunawaan ko kayo. But I hope, today, tonight, huwag ko kayo ma-open, sa lahat ng mga sektor, This is just fatherly reminder. Because there's so much clouds in our eyes or smoke screen. Baka hindi na natin nakikita yung tunay na picture.